Hello everybody, I'm on my way to Rhode Island right now. I was going to record this on the GoPro, but it seems to have died on me. Won't turn on at all. I'm going to do some double checking once I get to Massachusetts. But I won't really have a lot of footage for today, I guess. We'll just see, I suppose. Anyway, I guess I'll see you all in Rhode Island. Aloha all. I am here in the Swan Creek Cemetery in Rhode Island. Just over, straight ahead on me, is the river, or the inlet, I guess. I was hoping I would be able to record more of the journey here. Unfortunately, my GoPro seems to have died. So, I'm gonna try to do some more work on it, see if I can. Otherwise, probably when I get up to Massachusetts, might have to pick me up another one. Anyway, want to do some walking around here. To catch you up on kind of the day so far, I started off at about 11 in the morning, a little bit of a late start, and have made my way through the rest of Connecticut. Gorgeous roads, lovely small towns along the way, and a few little twisties here and there. Then hitting Rhode Island, they actually had a nice sign on the road I was on. Not a giant sign, but a nice sign. And yeah, from there, made my way towards North Providence. And saw I think right now I'm currently in kind of the Pawtucket area. Not entirely certain. But a lot of various shops. You can see how large the city is overall. It feels like a very big city. But then again, I probably have only seen but a small portion of it. Anyway, I was going to do a little bit of walking around here. Maybe check out some of the sites themselves. We'll see. Anyway, I'm not going to walk too far from the bike because this place is actually a very large cemetery and I ain't got enough time to browse around the whole place, and I also don't want to leave the bike that long. So I'm just going to check out some cool little spots nearby. If we're lucky, we might get to find some of the older ones, you know, we'll see.
I'm gonna play dumb to the bitter end. Then I'll just have to pull the answer out of you by force.
Hey, cut it out. I don't want to have to fight a girl. That's not my style.
It's not open for discussion.
Well then, in that case... Run!
You cowards!
So you might notice a little bit of a difference here between this cemetery and some of the other ones I may have shown along the way thus far. This one has a lot of obelisks and very large headstones. I mean, there's supposed to be even a mausoleum in here because they had signs pointing over to it. Yeah, this cemetery would be a little bit easier to do on the bike, but without the camera, I won't be able to capture as much of it, you know? I at least wanted to do a little bit of walking around, check a few things out here and there. If anything, if I see someone, I might be able to ask them where the oldest sites are on here. I'm pretty sure there'd just be a few from the 17th century, maybe a few older than that. Because I think, if I remember correctly, St. Augustine is a place founded in the 16th century, which would mean that that would probably be the oldest known cemeteries would probably be around there. course, you still probably would have some of the colony cemeteries from the early 1500s and so forth, but I doubt that those would be really that well preserved at this point, seeing as it wasn't until 1492 that they were technically here. Oh look, here's a few 1788s. That makes them 200 years older than me. I think that big square building over there is one of the mausoleums, as well as that over there. So I'm going to walk down this way, and I guess we'll see what else we find.
My name is Roger Smith. I perform a much-needed job here in the city of amnesia.
Something I find most interesting about traveling through a lot of these graveyards is learning a lot of people's names. There's so many names that you just don't hear anymore, and I don't know, it just feels weird to me, you know? Now, some of these are just probably, you know, not as common names, but others are just names I have literally never heard of, you know? Oh, over here I wanted to point out there's actually a lot more headstones that are this gorgeously put together with full figurines and everything on top. That's pretty incredible. I don't know how well you can see off in the distance there, another really tall headstone. They probably have different names, because I know that there's an obelisk, but I'm pretty sure it's not just a headstone one. It's kind of like a family stone. Oh, let's check this over here, actually. This one looks cool. See, look at how gorgeously put together that is. That's just incredible to me, you know? And over here, straight ahead of me, is probably one of the tallest ones, which I'm going to get now before I hop back on the bike and do a bit more of a tour of this thing that way. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. So this seems to be the monument to the Barnaby family. Likely some very well-established family, or one of the establishing families for the area, possibly. There's just so much history. I wish I could study way more, but I just don't have the time to read. I also don't always have access to all of the important information. But it's pretty cool nonetheless to see who used to be. So right over there, what you can see is a statue to the Carpenter family. And as you probably already noticed, this graveyard is absolutely massive. It has taken over basically any other graveyard I would have ever come across. I would have to say that this almost feels kind of like a destination place if you just want to walk through a very huge graveyard, which probably was multiple graveyards that combined together over time. And just not that far from me is the river right there, or the inlet. I'm going to try to see if I can find a little spot to get a good snapshot of that before heading north. I don't know all the various different cultures that were here. Definitely see a lot of Celtic knot. I assume you're going to get a lot of European down here for sure. I guess I could have driven all the way down here, but not knowing what I would find, I did not want to get stuck. But yeah, this is pretty incredible. I'm sure you get a few old stones here. Can't even read what most of them say now anymore.
Why was I made? Who made me? And what did they make me for? Who am I and why am I here?
But here I am. I have made it to the inlet of Rhode Island. I don't know what this is actually called. I'll probably have to look it up on the map. Maybe put a picture or the name here. I suppose we'll find out. But yeah, I wanted to showcase this. Say I saw at least some of the inland water of the ocean. It smells fairly salty. So yep, that is me having checked out the Saw Creek Cemetery. And trust me, I probably didn't even show you but maybe 10% of the whole thing. There's so much more to see here. I can't even really spend that much time getting my steps in. Oh, on a completely random note, my weight loss journey has been going successfully. Haven't quite made it to my goal weight yet, at least the first stage of the goal weight. But I am doing pretty well. And my stamina is slowly but surely moving up. I probably need to do even a lot more cardio than I am. Alright. Well, I'll see you all at the next stop.
Why did you come to me instead of going straight to Soldano? I mean, after all, well, he is sort of your parent.
Parent?
That poses an interesting question. I'm stumped on this. What would an android call its creator?
Aloha all, Negi here. Heading towards Best Buy right now because my GoPro 5 is dead. I'm gonna try to play with it some more, but at this time it ain't turning on whatsoever. So, time to find a new camera, I suppose. I mean, it lasted me like 5 or so years at least. So not too bad for what I put it through. Anyway, I'll see you there. So after walking about 2.5 miles, crossing a highway roundabout, and making my way through a tiny little shopping center, I am now within visual range of Best Buy. Oh man. I mean, I wouldn't mind a sponsorship, you know? Alright, so I picked up my next camera, the GoPro Hero 10 with the media mod. I'm hoping it works. Still gotta make sure it's, you know, decent for the weather and all that kind of stuff. I know the thing itself is able to handle underwater, but yeah. Couldn't find a cheaper option because they didn't have any GoPro Hero 9s, and I wasn't sure if the Hero 8 would actually work with what I had. So without knowing that, I couldn't do the 8. Which, judging by the fact that they didn't have any 9s, all they had was an 8 and a bunch of 10s, something tells me 9 was the option that is the most cost efficient. But it is what it is. I'm gonna go check out the Guitar Hero place or Guitar Center, because, you know, why not? You gotta love how you have to walk across a highway. One neighborhood down, one more to go. Almost all the way back to the beginning. It's been pretty nice walking through these neighborhoods though. A lot less traffic, that is for sure. It's Boston. You see, I got to see a beach in Connecticut, and now you get to see one in Massachusetts. Just outside of Boston. It doesn't look that much different, does it? I mean, aside from the fact that you can actually see it.